how you can be liked by everyone. And what I learned from 8 years of reading, attempting courses, and modeling socially successful people, and most importantly, practicing. So let's get to the third principle, which is have social value. In example, interests and skills. We people are creatures of interest, and no one wants to be a friend with a junkie or a hobo. We all are in search of the values in others. Even if we don't get this value right away from the person, we are drawn to them like a magnet, with the hope that somehow we will rub off on some of this value. Try to develop skills or something with which you may be helpful to others. And what is also important is to set your internal values and your overall life principles. When your thoughts are clean, and when your feelings and your acts will be clean as well, and it will be felt through your posture and your choosing of words and behavior. People will be drawn by you naturally. And we will talk about this in a later video because it is such a broad topic, and here we are just covering the basics. The fourth principle is something I learned from Adam Grant in his book Give and Take. This is an amazing book with beautiful examples in it. It is really much different from all the pop psychology books out there. So give, but also take. I really don't know what's the deal here. Is it a physical law or some kind of magic? And if anyone knows, he can write it in the comments. But the thing with giving is the more you give, the more you get. It is probably not going to come from the same place or the same person, but it is definitely going to come back to you. I have even done an experiment with giving away lots of money to charity, and they started coming back from unexpected places. And I have done giving, like giveaways in my business, and the results were tremendous. When you are giving to people, there is a high probability of getting back some form of value, because most people like and engage in reciprocity. I also had a big problem in the past with receiving, but now the more I ask from people, the more they started to respect me, talk to me, and invite me places, even started to share personal matters with me. This may be Ben Franklin effect, I don't know, and if you have any idea, you can share it in the comments. Just remember that you should not cross the line, and you should not ask for something big from people, just small favors, something they can do in a short time, and you will notice the difference in their behavior towards you, and they will start to respect you and try to make friends with you. I do this giving and getting things for almost 3 years now, and the results are tremendous. It was like a quantum leap in my relationships. And now the more I ask from people, the more they want to give me. The fifth principle is reach for the person inside. And we all have a social mask. It is called persona. Persona in Latin is a mask. But behind that mask, there is a real person, or better said, a small vulnerable child inside. Talk to them, not to the persona. You also have a real person inside of you, and I'm sure you know how. So the persona is like a social shield we use to hide our fears and our vulnerabilities and the child inside of us, so that no one can hurt us. But the more you show your true face, the more people will respect you, because people don't like to deal with the facades. Don't be afraid to show your weaknesses or vulnerabilities. If the person on the other side shows his, this means he wants to be friends and he wants to make a connection. Just remember that you should not share anything too personal in the beginning, and not to share anything too weird, because you will freak them out, and not to drive the conversation, in the negative drain. Just keep it on the positive side. And whereas for the child inside of a person, we all have a small child inside of us, and we all like to play and to laugh and to have positive experiences. We don't like to be too serious. If you are in a business setting, you should manage that. But overall, just talk to a person like you would talk to a 5 years old. Like, hey, how are you? I am very glad to see you. Instead of the quote, hello, my name is, or whatever. And by the way, here is something interesting. When you meet someone for the first time, do not say, hi, my name is, and never start with I. When you first meet them, say, hi, what's your name? Everyone wants to talk about themselves, and when you start with them, they will like you more. The sixth principle is have a sense of humor, and this is a big one. At least for me, it was a big one, because people are bored. They wake up bored. They go to the bathroom bored. They go to work bored. They take their lunch with their colleagues bored. They go back to home bored. They watch TV bored. They even go to bed bored. Ain't this sad? As sad as this may be, this is none of our problem because we don't live in this reality. I say our because if you are here, if you are willing to learn, this means that you are a person who loves to grow and who loves life. And we always have what to read, we always have a story to tell, we are eager to go somewhere. We really live, and for the 80% of people, we are like a ray of sunshine. And you will say, but hey, social superstar, I am not. Yes, you are. Deep inside, from all the clouds of limiting beliefs, social programming, fears, and all there is a bright person who you often don't let to come out. Let it out. Be real. Be you. The right people will come, and the best news is the negative people and the bad people will be kept away. So my advice to you is be so positive that the negative people delete you from social media. Just kidding. Or not. The seventh principle is no status games. People are attracted to others with higher status. So how do I demonstrate higher status? The posture, the voice tone, the tempo of your movements, and verbally assuming the higher status are the key. The posture should be up straight, but not stiff like an old teacher. Your posture should be natural and straight up. Your head should float like someone is holding it from above with a string. Just be natural. The voice should be deep, slow, relaxed, and coming from the diaphragm. Your movements should be slow and calm, showing you are not intimidated by anyone or anything. And how to verbally demonstrate the high status. Like, for example, someone tells you he has read a book. If you are lower status, really, how interesting. What is it about? Tell me more. The higher status is, yes, I have read it. It is really profound. And the douchebag high status is, yeah, I have read it. There are lots of more profound books than this. Then you are high status, but no one will like you because you are a douchebag. The second example is someone tells you he has made a lasagna last night, assuming lower status. Cool, I always fail with lasagna. Assuming higher status. Cool, show me some pictures. I have heard that you are a great cook. This may sound like a low status because you are making them a compliment, but actually you are giving them evaluation. Thus, you are higher status than them. And the douchebag higher status is, yeah, I love my mom's lasagna. She makes the best lasagna in the world. Now you are not only changing the conversation on yourself, but you are also discrediting the person, so they are most surely going to hate you because you are a douchebag. So with lower status, some people may like you, some people may disrespect you. And this is why I don't advise you to go with the lower status. With the douchebag higher status, most people are more certainly going to hate you. And when you are assuming the higher status, you are almost guaranteed to be liked and respected. And we will make another video only on the status. The eighth principle is learn personality typing. There are lots of personality typing systems like Myers-Briggs, the Enneagram, and other typologies, and we are going to talk about them in several videos. The topic is way too broad to cover it here, but the main point is that there is an algorithm to everyone's mind, and once you understand how they function, you will talk to them like to an old friend from day one. So as you can see, all this information is condensed from hundreds of books and courses, and I have read many books, but the interesting thing was that for the first 2 or 3 years, I didn't make any progress. Do you know why was that? Well, I can tell you for sure. This is because I did 100% reading and learning and none practicing, 0% practicing, and I had no effect whatsoever. So you may know all the theory forwards and backwards, but if you don't go out there, if you don't make your mistakes, if you don't learn from them, there is no chance you will make it. It may sound scary, but actually it isn't. It is really fulfilling when you see that you are growing and you are learning from your mistakes. And you should never be ashamed of your mistakes. It only proves that you are wiser today than you were yesterday. Just try to make contacts like, with the bartender or with the cash register girl or some random people from the street. And some of the people will be nice, others may not be so nice with you, but just remember that 80% of a person's reaction is none of your fault, and it is none of your business as well, because it all depends from their social programming, their upbringing, their temper, and mostly their level of intelligence. So try with these principles from today, start practicing, and this was it for today. I guess we'll be talking for lots of interesting things in this channel. And don't just watch this channel for intellectual entertainment. Really practice. Mere practice is the best teacher. And we together are going to make the world a little bit better, I am sure. Because when you collaborate with intelligent and highly driven people, you will get really big results. I don't want this to be like a teaching course. I want to be a dialogue where you write comments and we discuss. So I am looking forward to our great time.